channel. I upload them so you guys can always have them if you want, right? So we're going to stand with the roller standing up in front of us like that. And just rest your hands on top with your arms straight, feet comfortably under the hips, lifting tall, right? Letting your tailbone drop, shoulders relax, and just start by lifting your heels up and down like we normally do. So as we inhale, we're going to lift up onto the toes, exhale down, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, inhale, lift, and breathe. So starting to get our breath going here. Inhale up, then exhale down. Good. And then next time our heels come down, I'm just going to bend the knees a little bit, little plie. Good. And then lift the heels, stand up, press the heels down, bend the knees, lift the heels, press all the way up, lower the heels. And then reverse that. Lift the heels, bending the knees, we squat down, press the heels down, and stand up. Heels lift, knees bend, press heels down, and stand up. Knees lift, heel lift, knees bend. Now stay here with your heels lifted, you're squatting, right? And see if you can get a little bit deeper into that squat and just keep your heels up, straighten and bend the legs, right? So kind of squatting down, however far you're able to go. I'm not able to go very far. Squatting with the heels lifted and pressing back up. Good. Little lower and lift. And breathe. Last one. And then when you stand up, go ahead and press your heels down. Relax your legs. We're going to push the roller away like this. So it's just going to lean. We're going to flatten our back. I'll turn myself this way. Flatten your back. Lift your chest looking forward so you feel like you're arching. Let your knees bend a little bit. Curl the tailbone round your back and come back up. It's like a cat-cow, okay? Push the roller away. Flatten the back. Legs are straight. Lift the chest. Look forward. Bend the knees a little bit. Curl around back up to where we started. Keep going. Flat back. Lean forward. Look forward. Let the knees bend a little bit. Curl the tailbone under, round, and come back up to the top. Now take your roller slightly to the left. So we're not going to change our body orientation, but just adding a little bit of a side stretch, right? So press your hips straight back as you press the roller away at a little bit of an angle. Good. And then you're arching here. Bend the knees a little bit. Curl under, rounding your back. Come up. Don't let your pelvis change position, right? It's just a little bit of a twist to the side with the torso. We stretch back with our hips reaching back, lifting the chest, let little bend, round and back up. So you'll feel a stretch in your right side, right? Flat back as you reach forward and lift in that arch, little bend, curl, round, all the way up. Now take your roller slightly to the right, very slightly to the right, and then lean into that, reaching the hips back, lifting the chest, little bend of the knees, curl the tailbone to round up. So we'll do a couple more, right? Reaching out as you reach your hips back, look forward, little bend of the knees, curl under, round, and stack up. One more. Push it away, flat back, lift, and then curl, roll it back in. Great. And then bring the roller straight and directly in front of you again with your hands or fingers resting on it. We're going to circle one knee, just whichever one you want to start with. Just do some circles here, using the roller to help you balance. circling the hip, kind of opening the hip, and then reverse your circles. And then we'll switch. So that foot down and circle. I can't do this one very well. I'm going to work on it though. So kind of circle. Try to keep your foot lifted if you can as you circle that. I have to put my foot down, but yeah, see if you can keep it lifted. And then reverse it other way. I have to try to balance my sides. All right, and then foot down. Go ahead and pick up the roller. Bring it up over your head, pressing your hands into it. We're going to reach out with our back flat. So the roller's in line with the crown, your back is flat, and then forward fold and stack your spine back up. So letting the knees bend, and then bring it up overhead. Reach out, flat back, forward fold, knees will bend a little bit as you stack your spine back up. One more time, take it up. Flattening the back, reach out, and then forward fold, stack your spine, and take your roller up over your head. Good, you're gonna bend over to the right, kind of pull that right elbow in just a little bit towards your hip or your waist, and then reach it out and lift back up. And then take it over to the left. And that left elbow pulls in a little bit as you reach your right arm. Get a good stretch in your right side. Reach back out and lift up. Two more. Take it over to the right. Bend in that elbow a little bit. And then reach out and lift up. And take it over to the left. Bending that left elbow in a bit as you reach your right arm. Reach both arms and lift up. And then we're going to twist. So inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale back, exhale, twist. Just looking back. Yeah, inhale, center, exhale, twist. One more time. Good. And then coming back to center, let your arms relax down. Put your roller on the ground or on the mat. I'm not using a mat when I have the roller because it doesn't hurt. Roller, and then stand at the end of your roller. Okay, so we're just going to roll down. Let your arms and your head, your shoulders relax until you come down with your hands, one on either side of your roller. You're going to walk your hands away from your feet into pike or down dog. Okay, so lifting the tailbone and just letting your heels stretch down, letting your body kind of shift around a little bit. A little stretch in the back of our legs here. And then we'll walk our hands back to our feet. So let the knees bend as much as they need to. And we're just going to stack our spine up. So letting the arms relax, shoulders, stack your spine all the way up. Had to get that little down dog in there, okay? Now we're going to come to sit on the end of our roller. So turning around, and you can just bring yourself down however you like to the very end of the roller here. So make sure you're at the very end so our torso is all the way on when we come onto our back. Right? Heads on the roller. Good. And maybe start with your arms out and your legs wide, a little bit wide, and just rock side to side a little bit. And just let your back get a little massage and your rear end. Side to side. And then we'll center ourselves, bringing our feet in so they're more in line with the sits bones. And we're just going to do a few snow angels with our arms. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the shoulders here. So take your arms slowly over your head, right? And notice if they're on the ground, your hands are on the ground or not. And then slowly bring them back down alongside you, alongside the roller. So just sweeping the arms slowly up and down, fingernails on the ground as much as possible. Maybe our hands touch when they go over our head, maybe not, but really just let your shoulders relax and do these kind of slowly, right? Pretty slowly. Breathe. Great. And then next time our arms come down by our side, we're going to leave them there. So that's all we're going to really do for the most part for the shoulder stuff. And then we'll pull the rib cage kind of down. So you want to feel the roller all along your spine, except for maybe that little bit of curvature in your low back, right? So you've got your natural curvature, but you've got your rib cage kind of pulled in and you feel everything kind of engage, okay? So inhale. As we exhale, we're going to float our right knee up. And then we're going to inhale that foot back down to the floor and exhale your left knee up. Now keeping the rib cage kind of pulling down into the roller, inhale the foot down and the shoulders relax. We're going to exhale that right leg up. Inhale that foot down. So just feeling how stable you feel on your roller as you kind of engage your core and just move your legs one at a time. Okay. Good. Just getting warmed up. And then when you're even on both sides, next time you bring your leg up, hold it there, bring your other leg up. So we got both legs up and just notice how stable you feel, right? Just kind of feeling the roller under us. Good. And then we're going to keep that low back pulling into the roller a little bit. So kind of imprint your spine into the roller. And then you're going to reach one foot out, away from you down toward the ground and exhale that leg back up, right? So this is called toe touches, but I like to do heel touches. So you just reach it away and back up. Reaching away, bending from the top of the leg. And you don't have to go all the way down, right? Just as far as you can go, keeping your spine on the roller. Bring it back. Inhale away. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale up. It's hard, right? So you don't have to go all the way down. Really pull that low back into the roller, right? So we stabilize our low back. Good. And then when you're even on both sides, right? Just both legs up. See if you can lift your hands, but keep your elbows on the ground and kind of play around with balance. Try to lift one elbow off the ground and then maybe put that down and try to lift your other elbow off the ground. Just play around with it. That's all. Just play around with stabilizing on your roller. One elbow, one arm up, other arm up. That, just play with it. All right, and then we're going to put our arms on the ground, put one foot down, other foot down, relax for a moment. And then let's bring our left leg into tabletop and your right arm to the ceiling with the shoulder relaxed on the roller. Okay, and again, pulling that rib cage into the roller. That's how that helps us stabilize. Reaching your right arm back, you're going to unbend your left leg, straighten it out at an angle, and then bend it back as your arm comes back. So reach out, keeping your spine on the roller. Inhale and exhale. Good. You can breathe however you want. Just make sure you're breathing, whether you like exhaling as you reach or exhaling as you bring it back, doesn't matter. Good. Just feeling. You might play around with lifting your left hand and just having your left elbow on the ground, right? Good. And then next time we bend our knee and our arm comes up, bring everything back to the mat. So that leg comes down, that arm comes down. Lift your right leg up, left arm up. Noticing if this side may be easier or harder, right? And then we're going to unbend our right leg as we reach our left arm back, and keeping your spine on the roller, and everything comes back, and reach out and bring it back, and breathe with it however you like. You can exhale as you bend, inhale as you straighten, or the other way around. And maybe try lifting that right hand so that you're just got your right elbow on the ground. And just, you know, play around with the balance and the challenge of the stability, right? It's all about stability. Good. And next time we bring it together, go ahead and put everything back on the ground. Take a moment. And then we're going to bring one leg at a time, one more time, up into tabletop. Got both legs up here. Keep your legs together, and you're just going to extend both legs, pressing your spine into the roller. Just unbend the legs. They might be higher, they might be low, a little bit lower. Just be careful your low back. Okay, bring it in and extend and bend and extend. So whatever angle feels right for you, pulling your spine into the roller. And then we're going to, next time we extend, we're going to open into frog. So rotate your legs open, heels together, toes pointed out, pull it in, knees are open, stretch it out, keep that external rotation, pull it in, press it out, inhale and exhale. We're going to add one more thing to this. You're going to stretch it out, lift your legs to the ceiling, lower them back to where they were, pull the heels in. Okay, stretch out, lift the legs up, keep those heels together, lower down, pull it in, knees open, breathe. Lift it up, lower, bend the knees, really opening our hip here, right? Stretch it out and lift. One more time, pull it in, stretch it out. This time we're going to lift to the ceiling and stay here. Open the legs apart into a straddle. Let your legs relax and just sort of hang so the gravity gives us a stretch. Breathe. Good. Bring the legs back together and bend the knees. One foot on the ground, other foot on the ground. Relax. Let's take our hands, sweep your arms up, take your hands, clasp them behind your head. Okay, so we're going to support our head with our hands. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to curl up or press your head and shoulders up. Good. Now reach past your legs, lift a little higher, stay up as we bring our hands behind our head, and then lie back down. Inhale, exhale, press up, reach past your legs, lift a little higher, stay up as the hands go back behind the head, and lie back down. Keep going. Exhale up and reach. As we inhale, we bring our arms back and exhale back down. Inhale, exhale up, reach, lift, hands behind the head, and lie back down. One more time. Exhale up, reach, stay lifted, hands back, and lie back down. Good. You can relax here. Let your elbows, your hands behind your head, let your elbows really kind of hang and you feel weighted. So you feel a little massage in the inner edge of your scapula, and then close and open the elbows or whatever feels good to you. You can kind of pull the elbows down and then lift them up and flap your wings like that. Just a little massage in that inner part of our inner edge of the scapula. Good. And then we'll go ahead and release our hands and we'll come off of our rollers. Just kind of roll off and notice how different you feel. Okay, so coming onto our back here, I'm going to do some bridging. So let's go ahead and take our roller, put it here between the thighs, trying to find what feels balanced to you. Feet, kind of bring the feet in. Good. And just relax your body. Take a nice deep breath. And we're just going to gently squeeze the roller and peel up into a bridge on our exhale. Good. Adjust your feet if you need to. The top, we inhale, pressing the hips up and melt the spine down on your exhale. Good. And relax as you inhale. Gently squeezing and peeling off the mat on our exhale. Inhale, press those hips up. Exhale, melt the spine back down. Good. And again, nice deep breath. Exhale up. We're going to stay up on this one. Inhale. As we exhale, little squeeze on that roller, a little pressing up of our hips, right? Exhale, press up a little bit more, just gently squeezing your roller. So it's like a little pulse, right? And you really feel a stretch in your hip flexors. Relax your shoulders. A lot of work in the glutes, of course, and the hamstrings. So little squeeze. And then next exhale, just let your spine melt down, one vertebra at a time. And relax your hips. Then we're going to take hold of our roller with our hands, lift our legs up, keep the roller there, adjust it if needed, arms out from the shoulders. Slowly taking your legs over to the right, anchoring your left shoulder as you inhale. Gently squeeze and lift the roller back to the top on your exhale. And then to the other side, anchoring your shoulder, exhale, little squeeze and bring it back to the top. Right, side to side, twist. And then when you come to the top on the next one, you might want to straighten your legs. You might not. You can keep going with your legs bent or straight a few more times. So just letting our low back get a twist. Good. Side. Feeling the shoulder anchored. And then when you're even on both sides, whenever that is, go ahead and bend your knees. Take hold of your roller. Put the roller across the top of your knees with your hands on top, like that. Inhale. As we exhale, we're pressing our legs into the roller at the same time as we press our hands into the roller, right? Inhale. Exhale, press. Relax. Exhale, press. Now relax. Exhale, press. Feel a little stretch in your low back. Relax. Exhale. Good. And then just relax your back, your pelvis. Grab your roller on both ends with your hands, feet on the ground. We're going to reach back. As we reach our roller back a little bit, feel your whole spine on the ground. So feel that rib cage pulling away from your arms, right? Kind of reaching away. And then we're going to lift the roller, lift our head and shoulders, pressing our hands into the roller, straightening the legs, to roll up. Really use the arms to help you. If you're not used to doing roll-ups, that might be hard. That's okay. Come up another way. Okay. And then we're going to do, because most of us has been doing roll-ups for a while, we're going to hang on to our roller. And we're going to come up, open the legs into a little straddle as we come up to the top. And then we're going to stretch our roller to put it on top of our toes. Right? And then we're going to lift up, bring the legs together as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll back. We're going to let our knees bend. So letting the knees bend as we roll back, taking that roller behind us again. Inhale, lift, press your hands into the roller, straighten your legs to roll up. Open the legs into a straddle, reach and put your roller on top of your toes. Stretch, lift up, legs together, inhale, exhale, roll back, knees are going to bend a little bit as we roll back. Roller goes reaching back, inhale, lift, pressing into the roller, straightening the legs, open the legs, reach out, spine stretch, roll up, combo, okay, legs together, inhale, exhale, roll back. So we really use our arms to help us here. Good. Reach back. Inhale. Exhale. Press to roll up. And stretch. Just going to do one more of those. Legs together. Inhale. Exhale. Roll back. Knees bend. Take that roller back. And inhale. Lift. Press. Straighten the legs. Open them into a bit of a straddle, not too wide. Stretch out over. Stay here. Roller on the toes. Stay here. Good. We're going to flatten the back. Flatten the back. We lift up and the roller stays in line with our crown. Good. So really flatten the back. Now pulse the roller back. Little tiny pulses back. Keeping our head lifted, right? Keeping our back flat. Just little tiny pulses. And then stop pulsing, rotate, and look under your left arm. So that roller comes vertical, hopefully, maybe. And then back to flat back, really reach out, flatten the back, lift the roller, reach, reach. And then turn and look under your right arm. And back to flat back, reach, lift. Hard back work, right? Yeah, really lift. Good. And then let your roller come down and land right on top of your legs. Hands on the roller. Stack your spine as you roll it. Oh, there we are. Put the roller underneath your ankle or calf, low calf area, wherever. And we're just going to stretch forward over our legs. So if you might need to have your knees bent to start with, right? And just kind of relax forward and then maybe straighten and bend the knees, or if you're not super flexible, or just whatever feels good to stretch the legs here. You haven't been doing yin, you might not be very flexible. I'm a lot more flexible now that I do yin. Okay, so just breathe, let that stretch happen. Don't let it hurt your tail or your sacrum. Then don't let your knees go all the way straight. Okay, and then we're going to come up and bring the roller up to our calf, like the middle of the calf area. And then bring your hands behind your hips, pointing the fingers in whatever direction works for you. Good. Inhale, and then pressing arms into the ground, swing your hips out and up. Inhale, exhaling, we really press our arms into the ground as we draw the hips back to our hands and lower down. Good. And again, inhale, exhale, press into the ground, swing the hips out and up. Try to relax your calves. Inhale, exhale, draw the hips back, lower down. Now you might want to do this without a rest in between if you got it in yet. Okay, inhale, exhale, press up. And you can do with a rest, or you can just draw the hips back and out and up and pull back, out and up. It's up to you wherever you're at. Really using your arm strength to press up. And then we'll finish on this one wherever you're at. Lower your hips. Good. And I realize that's a lot on the wrists, so go ahead and open and close the wrists. Shake them, circle, move the fingers, all that good stuff that helps your wrist feel good. You can also kind of like that. All this stuff. Okay. All right, and then we're going to be bringing ourselves onto our all fours. Well, no, before we go to our all fours, put the roller behind your back. So this way, we'll go a little back rolling and extension. Don't forget it. Okay, so hands behind the head here. Good. And just lifting the hips a little bit. We're going to pull and push the roller up and down our back and just relax into it, right? So letting your muscles and relax into the roller as you move it. You can close your elbows or open them or whatever feels good to you. And focus on one area. I like to focus on the upper part of my back, right? So whatever feels good. And then we'll bring our roller back down and lower the hips. So the roller's under the shoulder blades area. And just arch back over the roller. You might adjust the roller a little higher or whatever feels good to you. Just arch back and relax. And let's maybe straighten our legs here. Really just let your, if that's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you keep your knees bent, right? You can just kind of let your back really arch. You can also let go of your head if that feels comfortable to you and extend the arms. Okay. Really good for our posture. And then we're going to clasp your hands behind your head and bring your feet back on the ground near your hips if they're not there already. And lift your head and shoulders up. Good. Go ahead and move that roller down a bit so you can come up all the way. Good. Ah, that was great. Now we're going to come up onto our all fours. Now, if you can't be on your all fours, hopefully you can adjust yourself to find something comparable to what we're doing, modification. So putting our hands on the roller, just going to move the spine a little bit, like tactile motion. So kind of rounding and letting your back come into an arch, and then curling the tailbone and rounding, and arch. Good. Big sound if you want. And then come to neutral. So we're in neutral. And then take your hips to the left and look to the left. So we're going to side bend here, right? This is called tail wag or happy dog. And then take your hips to the right and look to the right. And feeling a stretch in your side. Okay, take it to the left. Hips to the left, look to the left, center, take it to the right. look to the right. Side to side, bend and stretch. And then we're going to come center and we're going to kind of put those together. So you're going to take it to the left, the hips to the left, look to the left, come into an arch, centering yourself. Take it to the right, look to the right, and then curl your tailbone and round your back. Bring yourself back to the left, look to the left, right, come center and arch, look to the right, and then curl and round. So we're making a circular movement, so nice and smooth, arching, bending to the side, rounding, bending to the side, arching. Your whole body is moving in circles. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to reverse our circles. So when you come to center, maybe on your rounding of your spine or your arching, go ahead and change direction. Look the other way. Look up. Right? So circular, smooth motion. Just letting everything circle. And come center. Great. And then we'll you'll probably want to come onto your forearms unless your wrists can handle it with your wrists on the roller. So kind of up to you. I'll show you with the wrists on the roller. Tuck your toes into the mat or to the ground and just lift your knees up. And lower the knees. So if that's too much for the wrists, you can do this on your forearms, okay, on the roller. So again, with our toes tucked, we're going to lift, hover, fold, and lower down. Take a break. Lift, hover, lower down. And then we're going to take it into plank. So at this point, I'm going to put my elbows on the roller. So lift the knees, stretch one leg back, other leg back, pull belly in, coming into plank, or if you need to, stay, you can come into a half plank or stay with your knees down. Okay, and then just see if you can float your right leg up, put it down, float your left leg up, put it down, put your right foot off the ground, put it down, put your left foot off the ground, put it down. Now, both feet on the ground, rock, press through the heels, rock up onto the toes, do a little forward back rock. And then coming center, knees onto the ground, stretch back, the heels. And then with our hands on the roller again, just push the roller away, press your hips back to your heels, and then curl your tailbone under, round your back, pull your roller back in, arch, round, press it away as you sit back to your heels, round your back, pull it in, just a little arch, and then round one more time, press it away, back to the heels, feel a stretch under your shoulders, and then rounding as you pull it in, and come to neutral. Then coming back onto your forearms, we're going to stretch our left leg straight back. We're going to lift the leg up. Good. So on our inhale, we're going to lift the leg up. On our exhale, we're going to draw the knee into our chest, in toward our chest. And then we're going to stretch that leg back. Open the knee out to the left side. Pull the knee to your shoulder. Stretch it back. And bring your knee to your chest. Stretch back. Knee to shoulder. Stretch back. Knee to chest. So we're rotating our leg in our hip socket. Knee to shoulder. Stretch back. And breathe. Good. And then next time we stretch back, you're going to stay there, take your leg across, touch down, lift it up, bring it out to the side, out to the left. Lift it up, take it a little bit across that right leg, touch down, lift it up, hold your torso, your pelvis nice and still. Lift up. Good. Get across, lift up, bring it out to the side, lift up. So this is half moon. So however high your leg lifts, may not be a half moon, that's okay. Take it across, lift up, out to the side. Next time we go out to the side, bring the leg behind you, knee to the mat, to the ground. Stretch back for a moment. Take that little bit of a rest before we come to the other side. Okay, now we're going to go to the right leg or whatever leg you didn't do. Stretch that leg back, lift it up nice and high, pull it into your chest and reach it back, open to the right, pull your knee to shoulder, stretch it back, knee to chest, reach it back. So we're opening our hip to the side, back, in, and breathe. Next time we stretch it back, we're going to stay there. Cross the leg a little bit to the left so it touches down, lift it up, take it out to the right, to the side, lift it up, across, lift it up, out to the side. Really an full body experience here because you have to work everything, right, to stabilize yourself as you move your legs. So just really breathe, making that movement however much it wants to be, right? However big. Good. And then next time our leg goes out to the side, take it out to the side, and then reach back and bring the knee under you and stretch back to your heels. Good. Your arms are on the roller. Feel a little stretch under the shoulders here. And then we're going to come on to our belly next. So come onto your belly with your roller here. And arms are going to be on the roller with our thumbs pointing up, right? And the arms a little wider than the shoulders. And a lot of upper body stuff. We're really going to feel this tomorrow. Your legs pretty wide, right? Pretty open here. So looking down, we're going to shrug our shoulders up toward our ears, and then we're going to shrug the shoulders down and then press into the roller and lift up and back out. So inhale as you shrug up, exhale, shrug down, press and pull the roller in and back. Keep going, just moving that roller away from you and towards you. Initiating with our shoulder blades, right? The shoulder blades are kind of the initiation of the movement. Right? Up, down, and lift. And then we're going to add lifting our legs. Because I need more room. Okay, so as we pull the roller in, we're going to lift both legs up. And as we release the roller out, lower the legs. Right, so just adding that piece in. So pull the roller in, lift up, bring our legs and back. Pull it in and lift the legs and release out. And just keep going a couple more times. Lift, really arching our back and walk out. And lift. And good. And then you can pull that roller in, relax your legs, pull the roller in a little bit or not. If it's hard for you to lift up, leave it out. And you're just gonna reach and lift your right arm and left leg and lower down. Reach and lift left arm and right leg and lower down. So just a slow swim, reach and down and reach. So if you feel like you can lift up a little higher, right, pull the roller in more or let it go out farther. Good, reach and lift. And breathe. When you're even on both sides, go ahead and relax down. And just let your elbows bend so you can come up onto your knees and stretch back to the heels. A little stretch here, and you might like your knees open and have a more of a hip opening stretch. Just whatever feels good to you. All right, and then we'll come around to sitting. Bring the roller to one side, whichever side you want to start with. We'll sit in mermaid. You can fold the leg back or extend it out, which I call half mermaid. I need to do sometimes. All right, so we'll just take a little mermaid stretch here. So taking one hand on the roller, lifting tall, this arm out, just take it over, right? Pointing our chest between our hands, roll it away, and roll it in and open. So we get that nice twist in our spine. So lifting up, we'll take it over, roll away, roll it back, and open. Good. Over, roll it away, back, and open. And we can stay here. Bring the hand that's on the roller up. Take a side stretch. Leg might be folded. Good. And turn and look up under your arm. And then back to center. Turn and look down and let your hand come all the way down to your leg. Let's feel that stretch in your shoulder. And reach out, lift up, and come back to this leg comes forward, this leg comes forward. And we're balancing here. Picking up the roller. So we're going to take this roller over our head and we're going to walk forward on our butt. So take a little step forward, walking on our cheeks. And then we'll stop and walk backwards. Good for our hips. And then when we come back, put that roller to the other side and come up and around to mermaid on this side. Again, if this leg needs to be extended or you need to kind of modify your position a little bit, just try to find this arm on the roller and be able to lift your spine, and then take this arm out. We'll rotate over, we'll roll it out. We'll roll it back in as we press up and open. And breathe, inhale and exhale. And exhale. Good. And pull it in, lifting up and open. We'll bring the hand that's on the roller alongside our ear for a side stretch. And just turning a little bit to look up, opening a little bit here. Let your shoulder relax. And then back to side and rotate chest down. Let your hand come all the way down to your leg. Stretch through that shoulder. And then reaching out and lifting all the way up. And we'll bring this outside leg forward and bring our legs in front of us into butterfly or diamond. Now, if you want, you can put your roller for support under your knees. I sometimes like to do. And we're just going to stretch forward over our legs to kind of balance our sides, right? Get a good sacrum stretch. So just, yeah, just breathe here. All right, and then coming up to, going to bring ourselves around. I'm going to put the roller underneath our neck here. And to start with, we'll have our knees bent, check our chin, tuck the chin down, reach your arms towards your feet, your hands toward your feet, lift your hips a little bit, just kind of float them up, and then just taking your head side to side so we can kind of get a little massage underneath, excuse me, underneath it in the neck, right? The occiput area. Yeah, just massage into those muscles, get a stretch in our lats. And then come center, lower the hips down, relax your head on the roller, stretch your right leg in, stretch your left leg long, stretch your legs away from each other. And then draw your left leg in, stretch that leg in as you stretch your right leg out. So really stretching our legs away from each other here. And then switch again, draw that right leg in, draw that right knee in, straighten your leg to the ceiling, stretch that leg. Wherever you can hold on, just give it a good stretch. And then slide your left leg in, slide that knee in, switch legs, draw your right leg down, stretch your left leg here. Good stretch. And then we're going to go into a kind of a slow bicycle stretch. So draw the right knee in, extending the right leg, give it a stretch. Slide that left foot along the mat, draw that leg up, give it a stretch, right? Slow bicycle kind of movement here. Really stretch your legs, take as much time as you need to, and then switch, right? So we really want to emphasize the stretch. And then when you feel stretched out pretty good, you're going to bring your hands behind your head and rest your hands and head on the roller and go ahead and bicycle. Do the splits. Always do the splits. Draw the knee in, stretch that leg up. Good. Draw the knee in, do the splits. Nice big bicycle movement. Getting all the motions, all those different parts of the bicycle in, right? Don't compromise, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend. And then we're going to reverse our bicycle. So wherever you're at, right top knee bends, bottom leg sweeps up as that top leg slides down, right? So backward bicycle, reverse bicycle, slide the leg down, do the splits. This is always harder, right? It's a little more work to go backwards. Breathe. And then whatever leg is up, bring your other leg up, both legs up, hug your knees, relax your body, rock around. All right, and then we're going to take the roller and we're going to put it, it's easier probably to sit on it in order to get it under our sacrum. We're going to put it under our sacrum. You might bring yourself on and then come back like this. I'm not very graceful today. Okay, so centering the roller. Now, if the roller's too high for you or too uncomfortable, you can use something else. You don't have to use a roller. You can use a pillow or something else, okay? And then just draw your right leg in, stretch your left leg out, or whatever leg you want to start with, but you just want to get a good hip flexor stretch. And if you pull the rib cage down toward the ground a little bit, that increases the stretch, right? So kind of just gently pull that rib cage down. And then slide your left leg in, switch, stretch your right leg out and down to the ground or wherever it goes. And again, you might just gently pull your rib cage down so we increase that stretch a little bit. Passive hip flexor. So a stretch, right? So good. So good for Pilates because we do so much tensing up of those muscles. Good to stretch them out. See how we're doing on time. Okay. And then go ahead and draw both knees up. Extend your legs to the ceiling with your hands on the roller. Make sure you're centered and open the legs apart into a straddle. And bring them back together. And let's rotate our leg, externally rotate our legs. So again, that frog position, heels together, everything's turned out. You're going to lower the legs a little bit. So pull the rib cage down to support you. Lower the legs part way. Bend the knees, pull the heels in. Stretch the legs back out. Lift up. Open into a straddle. So just do this little sequence. So pull the legs together, that external rotation. Again, pull the rib cage down a little bit to stabilize your ribs. Lower, pull the heels in, stretch it out, lift up, and open. And a nice, easy kind of flow here. Lower, pull in, stretch out, lift up, open. Pull together, legs together, lower down, heels in. Really open the hips, stretch out, lift up, and open. One more time. Lower, pull the heels in, stretch out, lift up, and open. Keep them open, let them relax, let them hang. And legs together. You can bend your knees, hug your knees in, stretch your low back. And then just kind of push the roller out from under you and come up. Oh, we didn't get to a hip stretch today. Okay, well, you'll have to do that on your own. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'm gonna hit the button here. Hang on. Thanks for coming.